What is up, you guys? I am Rito, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys about my 7 sources of passive income that have been generating me income regularly on a monthly basis for a long time. And what I've done is I've looked at my past year's worth of data. I am going to break down all those income sources for you, and I hope this is going to help you figure out how passive income actually works. But keep one thing in mind, guys, this is not a get rich quick kind of a thing. Like passive income, while it sounds really good, it does take effort to build up your business to a level where you can generate passive income. Hey, it's going to be really cool. You know it already. Hit that like button right now. Keep watching till the end and let's dive in. Passive income. You've heard these two words put together so many times before. I have used it many times before. And in this video, I'm going to break down all the passive income sources that I have built up over the years. Passive income doesn't necessarily have to be like completely passive. There are a few investments that you can do that are quite passive and that are guaranteed to generate income passively. For example, if you put your money in a fixed deposit or something that guarantees a 5% return of interest, and it is guaranteed by the government also, even if the bank drowns, you'll still going to recover your initial investment along with the interest. But there are very few sources that are guaranteed like that. Most of the passive income that you do generate is going to be based off of the work that you've done in the past, and that takes very little time to manage right now in the present, and that keeps generating you income in the future with minimal effort. So what we're looking at is minimal effort. So the way I define passive income is similar to how you push a boulder. So let's say there is a big round rock and you have to push that rock, and initially the rock is steady and you are trying to give it all you have. You're trying to push that rock and it just doesn't budge. So you have to keep putting in a lot of effort, and as you keep pushing, the rock starts moving and it gains momentum slowly, and you'll notice over time the amount of effort that you've put in to keep the rock rolling is much lesser than what you had to do to just get that first push. So for example, this YouTube channel, in the early days when nobody knew about this YouTube channel, it was much tougher to get viewers. I used to maybe get like 10 views, 20 views, 30 views on a video. I even remember some videos that I'd uploaded, and in a week the only people to have watched the video was me and my wife. And slowly as your community is built, as your YouTube channel starts growing, then over time you'll realize that the amount of effort you had to put in to get, say, 10,000 views used to be much greater in the past, but it's much lesser now. And it just keeps getting better over time if you keep putting in the effort. But here's the key part. If I just stop uploading videos, go from like uploading maybe 50 videos a year to maybe 5 videos a year, then the income actually starts to drop as well. So what happened in the past year is that because of the pandemic, and generally just because I had just gotten burnt out after working so many years, I did not work much in the past year. I may have worked maybe 15 minutes to half an hour a day on average. That is pretty much it. Most days I maybe worked 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day, but I did not put in any effort on any of my income sources. But did the income stop coming? No, the income still came, but there was a decline. So while passive income is great, you do need to put a little bit of upkeep, a little bit of maintenance, so that it does keep generating you income month on month. Now let me tell you about all the passive income sources that I have. Let's start off with the easiest one. Of course, we've got YouTube AdSense. Now with both my channels, I had actually reached a point where I was almost making like $2,000 a month in YouTube AdSense revenue. But because I actually got lazy, I just stopped uploading. So the AdSense revenue actually started falling. So it went from like $2,000 to like $1,000. And in fact, a couple of months ago, it actually breached $500. It went below $500 also. So all the numbers I'm going to write down are going to be average of the past year. So on average, YouTube AdSense got me $750 a month. And because on this channel, I teach about e-commerce and Shopify. So of course I get Shopify affiliate commissions, and there are a few affiliate partnerships that I've done. For example, a tool like Dropified and Spy Tools and stuff. So all of these, I don't actively make videos on these topics. I've already uploaded videos on those topics. People watch those videos on a monthly basis. Some some people sign up based on those videos and my blog posts. Now this generates close to $1,700 per month, a majority of this being Shopify, because hey, that's what we talk about on this channel. Now a couple of years ago, I also launched my dropship theme, which is a super optimized Shopify theme built for dropshipping stores. We of course had to put in a lot of effort and money in development in the early days of the theme, but over time, as the theme got more and more mature, we didn't have to put in that much effort, so it actually became more like a passive income. I do have people on the support side to help my customers who buy the theme, who have issues with, say, installing the theme or making some adjustments. So in the past year, the theme did around $2,300 a month. I also have a Shopify store setup service where I help some of my students who need help with setting up their stores. Well, my team helps set up their stores, of course, for a nominal fee. So this store setup service did about $1,600 a month on average in the past year. Apart from this store setup service, I also have a Facebook group, which is the Doer group. We basically have a small community of the really engaged people who can ask questions and have discussions around Shopify and e-commerce. Well, that's called the Doer group, and this does about $400 a month. So these are all the income that I consider from a Flying Start online business. And Flying Start Online is what? This is basically based off of the YouTube channel and flying-start-online.com. What about expenses? I also have a few expenses with Flying Start Online because I have to pay like staff and salaries and stuff. I also have like a few hosting and softwares that run the back end of the business. So those also add up to the expenses. It comes out to close to $3,500 a month in expenses. Now, of course, I could reduce a lot of this $3,500 a month if I started doing the store setup service, if I start giving support. But if I did that, it wouldn't be passive income. Right now, it is being done on an automated way. So that is why I consider this passive income. FSO net passive income is going to be $6,750, which is the sum of all of this minus $3,500, which comes out to $3,250 per month. I know if I put more effort into any of these things, I'll be able to generate more income. I just haven't. Maybe in the future I will. In fact, in the past couple of weeks, you might have noticed I've started uploading more frequently. Well, as I keep doing that, the YouTube AdSense revenue has already shot up. I told you it had gone down like below 500. So it had actually breached around 450 levels. But I noticed right now, it is estimated that I'm going to again make like around $800 or $850 this month in YouTube AdSense revenue. It may even go to about $1,000 as I keep uploading more videos this particular week. So I would like to reiterate, guys, passive income can remain passive, but it does do a decline if you actually just completely stop putting any effort into the business. You have to put in a little bit of effort in order to keep it sustained levels. And if you put a little bit more effort, then you can actually even see an increase in income. Now, apart from this, I also have my fixed deposits. Now, fixed deposits are like pretty much guaranteed to give you income and interest on a monthly basis. So I have my monthly fixed deposits that actually keep depositing interest in my bank. This is completely secure and this generates me $1,500 a month in pure passive income. And as my net income keeps increasing, I'll keep adding more and more money into these fixed deposits. And so this income will also keep increasing. But here is the real kicker. A lot of YouTube channels that talk about like Shopify, dropshipping, e-commerce and stuff, for several of those channels, the income generated from the YouTube channel directly and indirectly is much more than what they generate actually using e-commerce. In my case, it is a bit different. Actually, it's a lot different. In the past year, I looked at the couple of e-commerce stores that I ran, and as I told you earlier, I did not put much effort into this. I know if I had put a little bit more effort, I could have done much better. So this is also passive income because these stores I've been working on for years and they have just built up to a stage where they keep generating a passive income. And to be honest with you, this year I do plan to put more effort into my e-commerce stores because I want to actually increase the income that they generate in the upcoming years. So the hustle shall continue. I'm just going to give you the net profit figure that my e-commerce stores did. And I'm not going to talk about like overall revenue and all of that. As I told you earlier, I have detailed calculations about every single month what net profit we do. And here's the figure. It is $26,000 a month. This was again the average. Now, of course, some months are much better, like Q4 is much better. Now, if you look at like the total passive income, right? You add this with this and this, it comes out to 30,750 a month. And this is again at a time where I was actually not putting in like pretty much any effort into the business. It really can't be more passive than this. Like if you're working 15-20 minutes a day and generating like this much money, it really can't be more passive than this. But because I see a decline and because of other reasons, which I'll get into in the next video, I do plan on putting more effort this year and in the upcoming years on these businesses. So let's look at percentage wise. 10% of my net income is actually Flying Start Online. About 5% of my net income is from fixed deposits, and a whopping 85% of my net income is from e-commerce. So that is it, guys. This is the entire breakdown of my passive income sources, and I want to actually talk about the dark side of passive income next. I urge you to watch that video because it's going to be an eye-opener. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will see you next time.